friends, Rev Kev coming to you from our Bloom office today. I have a couple things I want to share with you based upon events that are going on right now. One, in the life of our church, and two, in the life of Mike and me in my career. First, in the life of our church. We have been looking, our administrative assistant, Bill Wallace, and our treasurer, Rich Flickling, and I have been evaluating congregation database software packages for use for Bloom. Now, the little bit of backup information on that is that we have been operating to basically the day before yesterday. We have been operating on a database that Michael P. Shear put together in 2002. And it is, or maybe 2003, but it is an Access database that is an old Microsoft product. And I mean, the product is still sort of current, but not really. But at least, and it is something that he had, done a lot of work on when he worked in the government and that sort of thing. He's very proficient, well, in 2003 terms, in 2004 terms. And we've been working on that, and that's where our names and addresses have been. And when we've run lists of names in order to send out a mailing for Christmas or pledges or Easter or those kinds of things, that's where the names are. When we give a list to Pat Ritter or Marty Johnson to send out birthday cards and get well cards and things like that, that's where that list comes from. It's been out of the Access database. Well, isn't it something that over the years that became outdated? And we had a situation that developed that for a short period of time it wasn't even working, and that was a panic moment to say the least. But we did, luckily, through our technical consultant that we do have, Alan Fincher, we were able to get it back up and running and get the software we had updated to a more recent version that still was pretty old, and we've been functioning on that. So clearly we needed to change, and Bill had worked with, Bill worked in other churches before this. Bill had worked with other database forms and that sort of thing. And so we started to look around, and we came up with a couple of final candidates. And we were strongly recommended by clergy colleagues of mine through a survey that I did through UCC clergy and through other clergy colleagues, as well as some colleagues here in town of churches, that there's a software package called Breeze. And we have adopted Breeze, and that went into effect this week. So Bill has sent out some emails on Breeze and that sort of thing. And what we have, and there's going to be some updates that, we're going to start transitioning for our stewardship campaign. We're going to start transitioning conceivably for the way the newsletter is sent out. All these kinds of things are in the future. But for right now, what we're basically using it for is mailing lists and getting used to it in that way. So the deal is this. We were able to send emails through using Breeze, and that's a great thing. Bill is able to create groups like the Bible Bites group and the Open Leadership group, that sort of thing, and just send out an email to everybody very much more efficiently than the way that we've done it before. But the thing is that it's coming from a new source. And what I experienced, not everybody has experienced, but I have two emails, as some people know. I have one at home and one that is the registered church one. The email at home, everything came through just fine. The one that's registered as my church, revkev@bloominthedesert.org, what happened is that everything started going into my junk folder, and it wasn't coming through. And so that is something that I wanted to say to you, that if you've been getting things from Bloom and then it feels like you're not getting them, I want to encourage you to check your junk folder on your email to see if it is there. And lo and behold, for me, it was. And so what I want to do here, Russ is going to move the camera a little bit, and with my handy Bloom in the Desert Ministries pen, which you are very welcome to get here in the office, they're for all of us to have, you will see that this is my Outlook screen for where emails come for my at the office on my desk. And along this side right here is where all my folders are for where emails go. And the thing about it is I have, my inbox here and that sort of thing, but way down, I don't know where yours is. It might be in a different place, but for me, way down at the bottom of this list is a thing that says junk email. And I haven't cleaned it out a lot, so it has 1,519 emails in it. But that says junk email. What's really, and so when I click on that, this opens up, and lo and behold, what has happened is that there are junk emails in here. And as I'm looking at this, I'm actually seeing that one came from a Bloom member. So something has gone on. Here's the other thing that can happen. You may not have done anything. Hello, I'm over here. You may have not done anything to change this. When you signed onto your computer, if there was an update to Outlook and Outlook downloaded that update automatically, this could have happened just because the thing is that this Bloom member that I just saw is in my junk folder is somebody that I've gotten email from in the past just fine. So it's weird. I can't explain it. Back when I was in the business world, we finally came to the point to just say the gremlins did it. And it's not something that you can explain away, and don't take any shame or blame on yourself. But what you can do is rectify the situation. So now if we go back here and look, I'm going to use I've been getting, and they have started to go into the junk too, the daily devotional from the UCC. You can sign up for this wonderful, and the one for today was really good, the daily devotional from the UCC, and it is called the Still Speaking Daily Devotional. You go to ucc.org and you can find it and sign up for it. Anyway, that comes in, and look, it has shown up in my junk folder, junk email folder. So what I do is I don't want it to go there. I want it to go in the regular correct folder. So what I do is I click on that, and it's opening up in here, but I have to right click on it, and did you see that? I right click on it, and this box comes up, and down at the bottom of that box, I hope you can see it, is a thing that says junk. I click on that. Here we go. Yep, there we go. And I call it not junk. It's not junk. I don't want to block the sender. I don't want to do that, blah, blah, blah. It's not junk. So I click on not junk, and a thing comes up, a box comes up that says the message will be moved back to the inbox. And I have checked always trust email from dailydevotional@ucc.org. And so from now on, since I've changed that, which I don't know why that happened, it will go over there, and it should always, until it doesn't, but it should always, go into the right thing. So the situation is, and the thing about it is, these ones, here's like daily devotional down here, but that's because it came a few days ago. From now on, that'll go in the right place. If I wanted to move them all, I would have to find them and move them all. But that's the deal. So the point is, go to your junk email folder, find something that's not supposed to be in it, right click on that, and when you right click on it, a box comes up, you find the term junk, and then another box comes up and you say not junk, and then another box comes up in the middle and you say always trust that, and that's it. It's like 4 or 5 steps. So I'm sorry that's so complicated, but I didn't write the program. but that's a way you can get junk things out. The reason I'm saying that is that some emails from Bloom may go to your junk folder because they're coming through this new Breeze program, and your existing program might not recognize it and might send it to junk as thinking it is some kind of spam or phishing or something like that. So we can, Bill can help in the office. If you give a call, we can deal with that. You can call me and I can help, to get folks over the hump. I don't think it's going to be a huge problem, but that it is something, and I just wanted to show you that. So you can have a look. Now, what I wanted to do also is, as some may know, and there's an announcement in Bloom Notes, you know that last year I graduated from San Francisco Theological Seminary with my Doctor of Ministry degree, but because of COVID and all the lockdowns, there was not an in-person graduation ceremony. So this time, Mike and I are leaving Friday morning to go up to San Anselmo, California, just north of San Francisco, to the San Francisco Theological Seminary, and there's going to be a graduation ceremony on Saturday morning, and there will be a link. There is a link in Bloom Notes that you can see. What I thought would be fun to simply show you was what is the deal. Many people have already seen the robe that Bloom so generously gifted me with a year ago, which is the black robe with the crimson panels in the front and the crimson sides with the silver piping. And what I simply want to show is that the matching hood, this is a doctoral hood. A doctoral hood is bigger than a bachelor's, a master's hood. It's wider, and it was all about in the olden days that the higher you got in academia, the more warm clothes you got for the cold hallways and rooms of those old institutions. So the hood at one time was actually a hood, and it probably was lined in ermine, and it was an aspect of privilege for people who were a higher rank academically. If you've ever noticed on the master's degrees, they got these little things that look like bat wings at the bottom. Well, they're really gloves. You can put your hands in them. They're like mittens. And it's meant for people to have put their hands down in there and kept them warm. I don't know why the doctorate doesn't have that. But anyway, you get the better hood. All I want to show you is that the velvet crimson, which is the part that comes around the front on my neck, the crimson is this color red for doctoral studies in either theology or divinity. Not divinity, but theology or ministry. Divinity is blue, and I don't know why. And the colors all mean something. It means an area of study. The piping, that is this separation here, is silver, and silver delineates it to be divinity. Ministry. I'm sorry, I'm not starting over. Doctor of ministry, not doctor of theology. If this was doctor of theology, this would be gold. But since it's doctor of ministry, it is silver. I don't know that everybody gets all caught up in that, but I did. So that's part of it. And then the red here again, the crimson, is the study of your area of study, ministry, theology, those kinds of studies. And then the yellow and blue are the colors of the school. That's what that's about. So San Francisco Theological Seminary, their school colors are this royal blue and gold, which I think is just hysterical because the colors of my college, and I didn't pick it because of that, but the colors of my college were blue and gold. And the mascot of my college, University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire, is this amorphous thing called a blue gold. And it's very funny. But it's a deeper, if I remember right, it's a deeper blue. But so the blue and the gold, or the blue and the yellow, these are the colors for San Francisco Theological Seminary. The crimson is the area of study. The silver specifies it to ministry. And then there's the hat that has its own rules. And this is a doctoral tam, and it's like, I'm going to wear it once in my life. I doubt that I don't know if I'll ever wear it again. Maybe, it may be for a party or something, but, and it's an 8-sided tam, and the gold thing is just all doctoral tams have a gold tassel. I guess I could have had a silver tassel but this is actually the standard doctoral tassel across all realms. And so that's why I got this. And the thing about it is it's stitched. There isn't the deal of having it over here and then moving it over here, because this is a postgraduate degree. I'm already a graduate. And so that's the whole deal about not moving it. So this is the stuff that I will be wearing on the ceremony up in San Anselmo on Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific time, noon Central, 1 o'clock Eastern. And the link will be in Bloom Notes. I hope you can join us. And, it's just neat to be able to have this time. Not everybody that I knew is going to be there, and that's kind of sad. But we're very fortunate to be able to drive up, and we, rather than people have to fly far long distances and so forth. But the thing about it, there are going to be teachers and some students that we're acquainted with and had a lot of fun with, and as well as studied with, and that'll be a good time. So Mike and I go up on Friday, come back on Monday, and we know that you are praying traveling mercies for us. The service is in good hands for this Sunday. Look through Bloom Notes for all of that information, and we will hope that you join the Bloom folks on Sunday morning, Kevin and Mike on Saturday morning, and as always, please keep all of us in your prayers.